All right, the course or this syllabus overview is going to be in multiple videos, so this is part 2, and I'm going to continue where I just stopped with the software requirements. Again, the requirements for this class. In the beginning, the first portion, we're going to not need anything more than a text editor, something like Notepad, or if you're a Mac user, you can use these, Text Editor, Text Wrangler. So that's what you need in the beginning. That's pretty much comes with the OSs or the operating systems of your the type of computer that you have. However, later in the semester, you will want to be using Dreamweaver or a software called Aptana, which we will be talking about in more detail later on, where Aptana is an open source product that you can use. It's called Aptana Studio 3, and it is open source and available for anyone to use. And if you go to the website, you can see it here. And instead of using Dreamweaver, you can use this. Although the notes and the class information was specific for Dreamweaver because that was what was available at the time. But now there's other options, and you can use those things. And I don't necessarily count off if you don't use Dreamweaver, although the notes kind of go into it. But the book that we have covers Aptana, so you can be flexible with what you need. If you don't want to invest in the software, then you could use Aptana. It's not the same, it's not apples to apples necessarily, but they both are useful and usable. And people have gotten by with it, but most people use the Dreamweaver product, and so that is something to consider. I use both. I use Dreamweaver at Parkland and I use Aptana at home. And you get used to using it, and it works either way, as long as you know what you need to add to the code, and you learn that through repetition and using resources like things like your book or W3 School online. You can pretty much get by with either one. And some people don't use either, and they just write code with their text editors. So it's not necessarily imperative that you have them, although they can be helpful, and it can be a little can do some things a little more quickly than just writing out all the code. But in the end, you need to make sure the code works. So anyway, enough about that. Again, prereqs for the course. If you are unfamiliar with this content here in orange, you are confused by that, if you don't know how these things organize, then you probably want to take a lower level class to get you more familiar with the kind of stuff that we'll be working with, because we jump right in, and I assume that you know how to organize files, you know how files work. And so, okay. And so as we move along, you will be creating web pages and uploading them, and you'll be using Cobra to do that. You'll be going into the Dropbox, choosing the project, and then choosing your particular name or whatever, and it'll have a name there for you to actually upload your files to, and so that you can upload to your particular the project that you've been working on. And then you'll give me a link to your project, to your page, which will link to the server that we have for you, and you'll go through all of that as we move along. And so you'll be submitting it, then I'll be grading to make sure the code is correct, things are done appropriately. And the same goes for quizzes. After each project, you will be taking a quiz over that content and answering questions basically from the readings that you have done. All right, so you'll be submitting those things. If for some reason you don't have something completed by the deadline, you do have to turn something in. Even if it's incomplete, turn something in so that you can get some type of credit for that. You must turn something in. If you don't turn anything in, then you'll get a 0 for that project. Now, I do allow you to rework your project. So say that things weren't going very well for you this week, and you it was incomplete, or it wasn't as good as you wanted, or something went wrong and you didn't get it completed. or it wasn't the way that you wanted, you can rework it and resubmit it. So you can do that. But if you turn nothing in, then you will get 0 points at that time. And if you rework it, you'll only get 10 points from that, because you skipped it altogether. You skipped the deadline and you didn't turn anything in, didn't communicate with me. Communication is very, very important. If something's going on and you are unable to complete the project, you can submit what you have and then rework it to up the grade a little bit. So make sure that you are communicating with me what is going on. Study time is something very important. It does take a lot of time to go through this content, and studying it is very important. People spend approximately 4 to 6 hours a week on the content, or some people spend much more. It just depends on how you are. And so getting familiar with it in the beginning takes time, and then you can kind of get used to things and begin to get a workflow that works for you. If you're having problems with your computer, those are things that I have nothing to do with, really. I mean, whether something goes wrong, you still, again, need to turn something in at the time of the deadline. If your computer fails or blows up or whatever happens, you still have to turn something in. So make sure you are doing your work. Make sure you're backing things up. If for some reason you're having an illness or something happens that you're having trouble meeting the deadlines, make an appointment with me. Talk with me about it. Let me know what's going on. I'll try to work with you. But if you just disappear and don't do anything for 3 weeks and then come back and try to turn everything in without talking with me, that doesn't work very well. That doesn't work at all. So you need to just be in touch with me. Talk with me. Tell me what's going on. I don't need all the details, but just let me know that something's happening, and I'll work with you. I've had people in the past that had trouble with work, and they were looking for work a lot, and they got behind in the courses, and I worked with them to help them get caught back up and those kind of things. Some people get sick. That's one nice thing about online classes and communication, where you can't come in, you can always communicate through the computer and those kind of things. So there's a lot of resources for you, and no reason for you to not communicate and not let me know what's going on so I can work with you. I love to give you feedback, so don't wait till the last minute to ask a question. Work on your project ahead of time so you can email me with questions. I will help you. Nobody in this class should be turning in a project that doesn't work, that has errors, because I'm here to talk with you about it. I expect you to turn in a project that is accurate, that validates, that has no errors. There's no reason for anyone in this class not to get near perfect grade on every project, because the project is there. You have a week to work on it. I'm here to talk with you. If something isn't working, you can't figure it out, don't turn it in with errors on it. Contact me and let me know what your question is, and I will help you. I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to get a C. I don't want you to get a D. I want you to get an A. And so I'll help you as much as I can. I won't do it for you, but I'll guide you in the right direction. There are quizzes at the end of every project, and I have a midterm. It's not a quiz. It is a midterm project that gets you set up for your final. Your final is a big project that will be a client-based. It's not a final exam. It's not a written exam. It is a performance exam where you take the content and you actually apply it to a real world-like project where you are working with a client, where you are talking back and forth, asking questions, and trying to create a product for the client. And that is a huge requirement at the end of the semester. So about midterm, slightly after midterm, you will start focusing on content that will allow you to create a web site for a business, and it's a lot of fun. So you must complete that. If you don't, you will fail, because that is a huge thing, a huge project. And the whole point of all is this: learn how to apply this content and information to a business. Again, here's the web pages for the class. You can see exactly all the content. There's Cobra. Again, use this link or the links that I've given you to look at the website. I have on there a link to my email. You can email me. If you want to, you can go to my home page again, and you can see my my schedule here is spring 25 or 15. I have hours Monday through Thursday. I have 8 to 9 every single day, Monday through Thursday. But in addition, on Mondays, I have office hours from 2 to 3, and on Wednesdays, I have office hours from 11:30 to 12:30. And if that doesn't work for you, you can come by an appointment on Friday sometime. And so make sure you are, aware of those things. All right, so I'll go through the rest of this. If you're online, you do not need to come in to take the class exam. You will submit it all through the drop boxes. But if you're in my hybrid class, you will come in for that exam. Let's see. If for some reason you need to drop the class, say things aren't working out, you can drop the class. If you're not attending or active by the 10th day of class, then I will drop you myself. Then there's a deadline with somewhere later on in the semester where you must submit or drop the class in order to get a withdrawal without getting an F. Again, the content that we are doing, it'd be very easy for you to copy or cheat. And it's very easy to see copied content. And so if you're working on something with someone, I expect your code to be unique to your own way of writing code. Not everybody uses the exact same. It's very easy to see copied code, and I catch people copying code all the time. It's very easy. And so if you've been copying, I will turn you in for academic honesty, because I want your work to be your own. If you take someone else's code and you claim it to be yours, that's not right, and I won't stand for it. We have a website for computer science. If you want to go to computer science and learn more about what we offer, you can go to this link here and learn more about what we have. Parkland offers a Psychology 109 class, which is a way to help you with goal setting and career development. And that's something that you might consider taking if you're new to college and you're just getting out of high school. And it's one way to succeed, to help succeed. We'll be using the Cobra email system, and I have a video about that in my Cobra, or over here using the Cobra management system. I talk about that in that, so you can use that to go over the email system. If you have a disability in class or you need help with something, you can talk with Kathy Robinson. She's located in room X, or in room U264. They used to be in the X wing, but they moved to U264. We have a Center for Academic Success, which provides academic services for you free of charge, and that is located in D120. TRIO program helps people with financial needs or and to move on to a four-year university. There might be someone you want to talk with about opportunities to earn money for four-year colleges. Parkland has a mass notification system that you can use to get warnings if there's severe weather. If you need assistance with registration or your computer or anything else like that here online, you can use our computer assistance program, the STAR, Student Technical and Assistance and Resources hotline here. They're located in the Parkland Library upstairs. And we have computer labs that you can use for your courses here in digital media. We have rooms. Our classroom in the hybrid class is D208. And we have other labs in D207 and D227 as well. All right, so that goes over the basics of the course here. Make sure that you are aware of these things. make sure that you are aware that you read this, you take the quiz on it. Your grade is